All right, so 1 week ago, the craziest thing happened. We had a baby Blake.
Yep.
So,
Baby Blake is a boy, by the way.
yes, it's a boy. We'll get to that part of the story. So, it all started Monday at school when I started having some signs of what I thought was labor. So I went to the nurse and I called Kevin and freaked him out a little bit because I couldn't really talk, but it's one of my thought we needed to go to the hospital. And sure enough, we ended up going to the hospital that night. And I was not really quite in labor yet, but they monitored me for about an hour, and baby's little heart rate was dropping a little bit, so just a little tiny bit. So they wanted to keep us in the hospital. And then by the time they checked me, I actually was starting to get to that active labor part. So they admitted me, and we were going to be in the hospital and getting ready to have a baby, which was crazy and fast.
A few days before the due date. The due date was November 19th.
And this was on November
16th,
yeah. So we got admitted, got settled in our room, and just started watching, really just kind of started hanging out. I guess we watched some TV that night, and I got some medicine to make me feel better because I was having contractions. So I had some...
Monday Night Football was on.
Yes, we watched Monday Night
The
Football.
Minnesota Vikings played the Chicago Bears. The Vikings won.
We FaceTimed all our family. And they all thought that as soon as we FaceTimed them that we were already having the baby, which was not happening yet, but we were still a long ways away. So overnight, we just labored and rested a little bit, as much as we could, which was not very much sleep. But the next day, in the morning, I started Pitocin to get labor going a little bit faster, and got my epidural. And we just labored all day long. We just hung out.
Yeah.
Had a great nurse named Nellie that took care of me all day long, and she had some nursing students with her as well. So we were in good hands all day long. Talked a lot to her, and even though it seemed like labor was taking forever, she was pretty sure that she was going to be the one that was going to deliver you or help deliver you before 7 o'clock that night. Dr. Tumler was the doctor that was on. So she came and saw us a couple times throughout the day, started coming a little bit more in the afternoon as we got closer. And then around 3 o'clock, I started getting sick and it started getting real, like it was time to have this baby. So we were getting closer and closer, and 3:30, 4 o'clock, we had those doctors come in, and at 4 o'clock I started pushing, and at 4:17, baby Blake came into the world. And they picked him up, and Dad said,
"It's a boy," and I knew it because I saw your nutsack.
And then Dad started crying a lot, and you started crying a lot.
I cried more than you, actually.
And I cried a little bit.
Mom did cry a little bit as well. And then they took you over to the weigh station, and they started to get all your measurables, and I went over there, kept an eye on you. And then
were 6 pounds and 15 ounces, 20 and a half inches long.
And then that's when they handed you to me. Got to hold you for the first time, and I took you over to Mom. And that's where you rested for a little while, right on Mom's chest.
You looked really, really little in your dad's arms. And we got to see your dimples right away. They were so excited. All the nurses thought that was the cutest thing, that you had little dimples. And you had some healthy lungs. You were crying. And they put you back on my chest after they got you all cleaned up, and you just stared at me for like 5 minutes, and it was the coolest thing ever that you were recognizing, or seemed to be recognizing my voice after you'd been in my belly for 9 months, or almost 9 months. And it was pretty much the coolest day of our lives so far.
Yep, best day of our lives. It was an amazing day, and it was an emotional day as well. And that was followed by a couple nights of not very much sleep, but figuring out how to be parents the first couple days. And we're still figuring it out because we're only about a week into your life at this point. We figured out how to change poopy diapers, wet diapers. We've figured out that you don't like to sleep very much yet.
Well, you do like to sleep, just
during the
not
day.
at
I should
nighttime
clarify that. You
necessarily.
don't like to sleep at night very much, so we're gonna start trying to figure out how we can best get you to bed. But you are
But
the
you're
best
pretty
thing.
cool.
You're the best thing in
You're
the
a
world.
cute baby, and you're a good baby.
Objectively cute. Some babies are ugly. We were worried you might be a little ugly. You are objectively cute.
You got to meet your mom's class today on FaceTime or on Google Meet, because it's a crazy time right now, and we are stuck at home during a pandemic. So,
Got your first Thanksgiving coming up in 2 days.
oh yeah, you had your doctor's appointment today, 1 week.
Yep.
You're doing great, almost back up to your birth weight, and looking healthy, looking strong.
Your penis is looking pretty good after the circumcision. I was worried about that for a little while, but it's shaping up, little guy. All right, you should be just fine.
All right. Well, we love you. We're so excited that you are ours.
Love you, buddy.